spent more time in the backcountry in the wintertime, probably than any other dog in the world.
A man from Carbondale is searching for his dog after they got buried in an avalanche. A big visit from the nation's capital. First Lady Jill Biden arrives in Colorado today. And today, Michaela Schifrin is back home in Colorado after beating an all-time record. Matt Renew is going to join us live from Vail to chat about her big welcome home. It's been a busy last few days for firefighters in Colorado. Right now in El Paso County, there's a mandatory evacuation order in part of eastern Colorado Springs due to a wildland fire there. Tonight, people in Teller and Park counties able to go back home. The evacuation order there has been changed to a pre-evacuation warning. The 403 fire is now 25% contained. Firefighters say although it's now safe to go home, the fire is still active. There will still be smoke. Deputies say there's an MMA flight planned to assess if they need to do another airdrop. Over in Morrison, near Red Rocks, firefighters are making progress on the so-called Hogback fire. West Metro Fire says it's now 70% contained. This is drone video the department posted of that burn area. They say most of the burned vegetation is grass with a little bit of brush and trees. Firefighters are now working to strengthen the fire line and mop up any hot spots. They say the cleanup and containment process, that could take days. Firefighters near the Poudre Canyon say that they have the Stove Prairie fire now under control. This is video of a water drop there yesterday. The Canyon Lake Ranger District says that fire burned 33 acres and is now about 50% contained. Relatively calm day outside, Lauren, compared to what we've seen the last few days. It was a beautiful day if you got outside today.
That's right. It was beautiful and still is. I'm outside in the 9 News backyard and happy to be out here. Usually they stick me out here in terrible weather. This is a day I could be out here all night long. We still have the sun shining. We saw abnormally warm temperatures. It was still windy out there, so we did still have some red flag warnings, but these temperatures are beautiful. 67 degrees right now at DIA. Take a look at the southeastern corner of the state. Upper 70s, low 80s. It was 80 degrees right now in Lamar. The northeastern corner of the state, still not too bad. Lower to middle 60s there. The high country 30s, 40s, 50s, and then those middle to upper 60s out west. Now, as we take a look at these wind gusts, still pretty gusty, especially along the high country and front range where we're seeing these winds gust above 20, 30, 40 miles per hour in some areas, especially in Pueblo right now, 43 mile per hour wind gusts reported there. But we do still have some red flag warnings in effect. This does include Denver and the southeastern quarter of the state. I say quarter and not corner because you can see how many counties are affected by this. Really, all this means is that we have very strong winds and very dry air, so it's very easy to start fires out there and very easy for any existing fires to become out of hand. And then as we go into our Monday, we already have some fire weather watches that'll be in effect as we start our work week. For the southern half of the state, we have several high wind alerts that'll be in effect tomorrow. We have wind advisories and high wind warnings, and we also already have a high wind watch for the southeastern corner, and that area is going to see that in effect on Tuesday. Now, as we take a look at our HD Doppler radar, we have a system off to the northwest that's going to bring some snow showers into the high country, even into the front range, but the heavier stuff is going to stay in the mountains. So we have winter weather advisories and winter storm warnings that'll be in effect. I'll have details on that, plus more winds tomorrow, front range snow, everything you can think of just ahead of my full 7-day forecast.
All right, Lauren, thank you. A man from Carbondale survived an avalanche 2 weeks ago, and he believes his dog did too. Jacob Dalby was skiing with 2 of his friends and their dog, Euler, when they were caught in a slide in Gunnison County. 9 News reporter Jaleesa Irizarry shares how Dalby hopes the community can help bring Euler home.
Some search for a long time for a best friend. A bond with no boundaries.
Loves skiing with me. Loves it more than anything.
Jacob Dalby found that in Euler.
Yeah, he's just an incredible creature.
2 weeks ago, Jacob, his dog Euler, and 2 friends were caught in an avalanche southwest of Marble near Chair Mountain.
I was carried 2,500 feet and fully buried with my right arm sticking out of the snow. I was able to clear my airway immediately. In the process, dig myself out over 3+ hours with a broken hand and frostbit fingers.
Jacob tried to dig out his friend Joel Shute, another avid skier. Jacob couldn't get to him before he was rescued, but search crews did the next day. They recovered Joel's body and something else.
On their helicopter flight back in to recover my buddy, they noticed dog tracks exiting the avalanche debris and all the way out the drainage.
According to the Avalanche report, the dog tracks went from the avalanche site to a nearby county road. But Euler, a border collie Rottweiler mix, has yet to be found.
Yeah, and he's got a little bit of wolf in him as well, so he's very adept to being out in these conditions, and that he's definitely still alive, and he's just probably looking for me, and we're looking for him. I just want him back very desperately, so.
Weeks may have passed, but true friendship knows no distance. Jacob and others are fundraising to hire a professional tracker to find Euler, because the search for a true friend has no limits.
A dog is literally everything to me. I'm not gonna stop looking for him until we find him.
Jaleesa Irizarry reporting. Jacob says there is a possibility someone may have picked up Euler. He said if that's the case, connect with local law enforcement so that they can contact him. He says Euler is microchipped, so if he's brought to a vet, they should be able to track him down. In just over an hour, First Lady Jill Biden will be here in Colorado. She's landing at DIA tonight, and then tomorrow she will join Democratic Governor Jared Polis at the state capitol to talk about investments in community colleges and workforce training programs. After that, she is off to Michigan to talk about a similar topic. This month, Aurora Public Schools is interviewing their 3 finalists to take over as superintendent of that district. Last week, the board narrowed down the choices to Dr. Nia Campbell, the district's current chief academic officer, Michael Giles, Cherry Creek's assistant principal of equity, culture, and community engagement, and Andre Wright, a former chief academic officer in Aurora and a current senior VP for a consulting group. Superintendent Rico Munn has run that district for the last 10 years. He stepped down at the end of last year, but agreed to stay in a support role until the end of the school year. Munn is starting a new job at CSU as the president's chief of staff. This week, Colorado's Democratic senators and other Western leaders will tour parts of the Colorado River. They'll tour depleted reservoirs that river feeds into. Water levels are falling so low, water managers say states will need to make unprecedented cuts to keep them from drying out. Since the feds might take action soon, Democratic Senator Michael Bennet organized this trip. Things should improve this summer when near-record snowpack in the mountains melts, but that won't make up for years of drought.